Hey, what's up, family and friends? It's time for me to do an update. It's a 1 year anniversary of me starting on my Nova build, and I just want to give an update about what I've done in the year's time. So, in a year's time, you can see the front clip is off, well, the shell, and I got that out, and I on the inside of it I found this stuff that was an industrial coating, and I lined the inside of it with that to keep it from rusting again, since it was already kind of rusted already. In addition to that, I got my LS motor built. It's stroked out to a 5.7, and hopefully it'll have 600 horsepower at the crank. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But anyway, we'll see what happens. All right, and on the front end, I redid the steering linkage, tie rods, everything. Uh, New bushings, new bars, new everything. Um, my upper and lower control arms got new bushings, and I redid the brakes as well. I refurbished the brake calipers and put in new pads, had the rotors turned, and new brake lines from front to back. And as you can see, I got new shiny rims too. I got 18 in the front and 20 in the back. And then I got a new brake booster. I added on a brake booster. This vehicle did not come with a brake booster, and so I added one on, and the master cylinder. Originally, I had rebuilt the original master cylinder, and I was going to go with that, but then in the back of my mind, I wanted to be able to stop and with some authority. And so, since I was going to do it anyway, I went ahead and did it right now while I got everything in the open and I can get to everything. I just went ahead and did it. On the inside, it's totally gutted, and I'm making room for the 2017 Toyota Corolla Dash. And so I started cutting out the front dash to see how much of it I have to take out before I can fit the dash off in. And I started going through this wiring so I can see how to add in the other wiring to make the 2017 dash work. And in addition to that, the firewall. Let me take you back here to the front. This used to be where the heater core cover was. It was a big old deal stuck out right here. Well, I took that out and I made me a patch panel, and I welded it into the firewall and smoothed it off. And so I did it right there, and then over here there was some more little tabs and stuff that I made, and I smoothed that off. And y'all see them scratches right there? That coming from somebody not knowing how to put their motor off in. Hey, this is the first time I ever put a motor and transmission in a vehicle. Well, to tell you the truth, this is the first time I ever did any of this stuff. I ain't never did none of this stuff before, and I just figured it out from watching YouTube, and because I couldn't get nobody to really help me, and so everybody was busy. I had other stuff to do, and they never would come help me. But anyway, I put a emergency brake. I changed out the emergency brake. That's a new one, and I took out the clutch because this was a manual, had a manual transmission in it. And so since I'm not going to need that extra pedal anymore, I took it out and freshened up the bracket and painted it and stuff. And I'm trying to make sure that one of my grandkids can get this and won't have to worry about it rusting out. And you can see from the back here where I welded that panel off in and sealed up them holes. And so I put this whole floor pan in myself. And guess who learned how to weld? I did. Why? Couldn't find nobody. Other reason, couldn't pay nobody. Well, I could pay somebody, but I felt like, as much stuff as I'm gonna be doing, I might as well learn how to do it myself. And so for the most part, I really ain't mad that I don't have to do everything myself, because I got to learn how to do it instead of just paying somebody. Because I mean, anybody can pay for a vehicle, but to build your own, that's a whole different thing. And so I'm just on this journey building my own vehicle, and it's coming out pretty nice. I tell you what, I'm not gonna go 100 miles per hour the first day I drive it though. I'm gonna make sure I don't drive around the neighborhood just in case a wheel fall off or something, because I don't want to be stranded nowhere. And hey man, this wheel back here looks good. I tell you it does. When I tell you the stance is right, and it just sets it off. 20 by 12, that's the way to go on the rear end. And that's why I got on that. But anyway, I set it on the ground because this is the first time it's touched the ground. All four wheels have touched the ground in a year's time. And this is my first time letting it down. So I still got a long way to go, but I don't think that's too bad for a year's worth of work. I did the underside, and I coated all it, and with some undercoating, and I cleaned the fuel tank out, and put new cinder in there. And I got another rear end. Oh, let me not forget, I got a 4L80 transmission that I got behind there that's been rebuilt as well. So, and yeah, I hooked that stuff up. So hopefully my motor and transmission don't fight each other when I start it up, because I put it together and I forgot to do something. So, but if I mess it up, it's mine, and I can't get mad at nobody but myself. And the last part I got, like I said, is my rear end. Because that rear end I got up under there, it'll probably last for a little bit, but it's not gonna last a long time, because when I put my foot into it, it's gonna go. So that's gonna be the weakest link, because the engine and transmission have been rebuilt and high horsepower. And the Nova was a 6-cylinder, straight line 6, and it wasn't built for all that power. So I got this Ford 9-inch. It comes out of a 85 Ford Bronco or F100 or F150, and this is what them guys be racing with their rear ends. So I'm gonna get that put in, and I don't know if I want to do it right now or wait, because it's at the end of the season for mowing, and I gotta stack up some money for the winter, because kids want Christmas presents and wife want Christmas presents, and she got a big old long list of stuff for me to do in the house. So Lord help me. She said I gotta get my dashboard out of the living room before Thanksgiving, and it's already November. So whatever, I'll get it out. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Man, it looks good. I mean, I ain't saying just because I did it. I said it because shoot, it does look good, and I did it, and I'm surprised I did it, and did it all by myself with nobody's help. And Lewis did, my neighbor, he did come over and try to help me put the motor and trans in, but for some reason it wouldn't go in when me and him was working on it. But when he left the next day, I came out by myself, And after watching a couple of YouTube videos, I figured it out, and I got it off in by myself. So, anyway, but moral of the story is, I ain't never done none of this stuff before, and I was a little afraid, but at the same time, I walk with God, and I can do anything through Christ who strengthens me, and so therefore, I ain't fearing. I figure I got the same amount of tools that any other mechanic would have. I ain't no mechanic, but I figure if they could figure out how to use those tools to build a car, I could do the same thing. Cause I don't think I'm less smart than anybody else in the world. But anyway, that's just my opinion. But now I'm starting to ramble. Anyway, all right, y'all. This has been my update, 1 year anniversary, and I'll try to keep y'all updated when I do something new. All right, bye.